as an African, as an African American, as a native and whatever, there is a particular tongue which is peculiar, a particular tribe you speak that connects you. That particular language you speak is what connects you to your lineage, it connects you to your ancestors, it connects you to your core, the real you. Now, we have grown to the stage where we look at our various tribes, especially in Africa. We look at our various tribes as, oh my goodness, that doesn't sound nice. Oh, what is that? You know, most of the time we hear people speak their tribes, we laugh at them. Oh, what kind of tribe is this? No, that is their language. That is their tribe. That is what they can speak and their ancestors will understand. That is what they can communicate with their ancestors. Now, for these tribes to be in existence, it's not a coincidence. It's just like spells. When you casting spells, there are languages that you use to cast spells. Now, that language connects with that vibration that connects to you, with that energy that connects to you. We all have energies and vibrations that connect to us. Now, when you do not speak your tribe, there's no way you connect with that energy and vibration, especially when it comes to dealing with your lineage, dealing with your ancestors, dealing with the core of yourself. Yes, it is not our fault that we were introduced into the external languages which we use. It's not our fault, but it becomes our fault when we, on our own, deliberately refuse to learn our own languages. Refuse to learn our own. Now, I'm not going to talk much about Africans in the diaspora, because obviously they are living in the land that is not their own. It will be difficult to speak their tribes, but there are some that speak their tribe to their children. Now, what about Africans in Africa? We speak other people's language even more than we speak our own language. Now, tell me, why are we not going to be confused? Why are we not going to be scattered when we don't even connect with our land? We don't connect with our ancestors. There's nothing wrong in speaking the English, because it's a means of communication generally. So I communicate with you, you understand me, I understand you. But that does not stop you from getting to understand your language. Because there will be a time you will need that language to connect with those you should connect with. A lot of us parents are shy to see our children speak our languages to us, especially in public, where we want to claim that our children are, modern children. We don't want people to look at us like primitive people. We feel when we speak our language to our children and they speak it to us outside, it means that our children are not educated, it means our children are not whatever. Come on, whoever thinks that way, something is wrong with the reasoning of he or she. Your language is you, your language is your identity, and that is how you identify yourselves with the fathers of your land. Mind you, every region have a guardian, and that guardian communicates the language of that land. Every ancestor is a guardian of every clan, of every land. And do you know that some things happen in the, not the material world now. A lot of things happen in the spiritual world. Now, when you gradually try to transcend to the 5D reality, you understand very well what I'm talking about. Because things are more spiritual than it is physical. A lot of things we see here, they are physical. There are energies behind it, so it's more spiritual. Now, in the spiritual realm, there are things that go on. That is why before things come to pass physically, it has passed spiritually. Now, before a clan ancestor, before something happened to a particular land, be it disaster, be it a natural, whatever, both natural or physical or however, before anything happens, there is this communication that is done within the supernatural phase. amongst those who are in charge of these lands and these clans. If the being who is in charge of a particular clan do not want whatever to happen, it will not happen. It's just like performing some rituals or performing some, ancient whatever. There is permission that is taken. The one in charge of the clan, of those that are going to the other land, will go there and inform the one there that is the guardian of that clan. We're talking about guardians, those who guard the place, right? I don't know if you get my point. There is this communication that is done prior to the physical happenings. Now, it is not you that does that. It is your ancestors. Those who are in charge of guarding your land that does that spiritually. And that's why sometimes when you are not welcome spiritually in the place, a lot of things happens. That is to say, you are not even in connection with your ancestors. And how will you be in connection with your ancestors when they've told us that our ancestors are evil people? Our ancestors are people that you shouldn't talk to. They are demons. Now, when there is a communication done, okay, my descendants are coming here. This is what they are coming for. And then, if it is accepted, okay, the guardian of that particular land knows that the descendants of the other clans are coming to his territory. So whatever happens, he knows that something like this happened here when he is giving account. It is because we have seen our ancestors as witches and wizards, as demons, that we don't look at them in this way. They are the guardians. They are those who guard around where we are. Even if you're buying a piece of land somewhere outside your home, that payment you make is like an agreement. And those who are guardians, the ancestors, those who are guardians of that land, are there. They are present. That is their job. Whatever happens, they are aware of it. They know that you have paid already. There is an agreement. They are the ones that will give you free passage into coming to live in that particular land where you are, even if that land does not belong to you. And that is why most of the times you don't just go to a place and dwell in it unless it is given to you, because the guardian of that land might not accept you except if you have an ancient connection to that land. I just hope I'm not going deeper. And I hope that we understand deep within ourselves. Now, this all boils down to what we are talking about. Understanding and learning our languages and teaching it to our children. Because that is our identity. That is who we are. You can't just be there without identity. You can't just be there without identity. The knowledge of self is important. Because when you don't know yourself, how do you communicate? To those you should communicate to. It's a lot. It's more spiritual. It's more spiritual than we think. I think it is high time that those in the diaspora try their best to forge a connection. It is high time that those in the motherland, those in our cable land, try their best to keep preserving the connection of their lineage, the connection of their ancestors. Because we have gone out far away, it's time to return. Now that we are beginning to understand. Now that we are beginning to know that, okay, it's a strategy these people used to make us pull out of our inheritance. Until we start acknowledging who we are, pushing ourselves to our roots, fixing ourselves in our rightful place, then I tell you, all we struggle for will still be in vain. Because there is no connection. There is no connection. Anyway, I think it's something that we are beginning to look at it as a normal thing. No, you don't know how to speak your tribe. Oh, it's okay, it's normal. Even if you don't know how to speak fluently, at least you try to at least make effort. Make effort for that connection. Oh, it's an advanced word. Nobody is talking about speaking language or tribe anymore. Oh, it's like this. Oh, it's like that. And we are the one most of the time that spoils our children. All the time we're speaking English to them. All the time we're speaking another man's language to them. When will you speak your own language? There is nothing wrong in learning another tribe. There's nothing wrong in learning another language. But your own, your identity, your origin, your core, the only connection you have to your lineage, do you speak it? Do you try to teach your children? Or you're still living in that world that says that African ancestors are witches, they are devils, they are demons, they demonized our people. And then we are here demonizing them even the more by refusing to even forge a connection with our language and our tribes. Because we have told ourselves it's not proper. Most children these days do not know how to speak their languages. And we are the ones at fault because we don't teach them. How do you give birth to a child and you don't teach the child the language and you want the child to know? You are the one, it's from your lips that they understand how to speak it. We don't teach them. To the point that a lot of parents are ashamed when they are outside, like I was saying earlier. When they are outside and their children, that maybe, they speak it to their children at home. But when they are outside and their children comes to speak, you see the look in their eyes. Like they want to go and devour that child. Why will you speak that thing here in public? You want to disgrace me? We look at our tribe as disgrace. Maybe because of the way it sounds. But like I said earlier, whoever laughs at another man's language because you feel it sounds somehow, then that person is sick. That is their tongue. That is their mother tongue. That is their language. That is their origin. That is their root. Now, why will you be scared of your root? Sorry, ashamed of your root. And why do you think another person's language sounds so odd to the ear that you have to laugh? So out of this, because we men, most of the times, we have issues that we need to talk, we need to trash. Because you feel a fellow woman will laugh at you, or they'll gossip, what kind of language are they speaking? You deprive your child, you disgrace your child, you get home, you beat your child. Don't speak that in public. But do you know what? There'll be a place you will be, I keep saying this, everywhere. There'll be a place you will be that you will regret. If you're a parent, you're not teaching your children your language. There'll be a place you will be, you regret why you never taught them your language. Because there are some things you want to say that you wouldn't want people to get to hear or understand you. You want to whisper to your child. If your child understands your language, you speak it to your child. You can easily use your language and nobody would know what you're saying. But because you don't teach them, you yourself, you don't even know where you're from. When you fill yourself with positivity, you can easily detect when something is wrong. But when you don't want to fill yourself with positivity, you're just sitting there. That is when you do everything that is wrong. There are cultures that are bad, that you have to pick and throw them away. And the good ones, we welcome it, we practice it, because that is who we are. That is who we are. What do you think about this whole speaking of a language thing to ourselves and our children? Do you think it's important, whoever you are, to speak your tribe, to speak your language? Anyway, just leave your thoughts there and comment at the section. And I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive. Bye for now.